Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Starts a drive trying to go up top. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated he missed that connection. Despite all the bitterness in the Alabama-Auburn rivalry, to many, this game, Alabama-Tennessee, has the richest tradition and carries the most importance.
And you think of some of the legends that have trolled the sidelines in this rivalry, right? Paul Bear Bryant, Johnny Majors, Nick Saban. This has been such a critical game, not just in the SEC, but all across college football as well, Dave.
In 1901, going back that far, this rivalry, the fans absolutely don't like each other. They don't like anything about each other. Every time the other team's playing, they're cheering against them. This game has always meant a lot.
They'll run for it on 3rd and short. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37.
Every offensive coordinator in the country, they come in the game, they have a script. They have a couple plays they want to go through to get their team settled in, get down and get in good third down situations, execute on 3rd down. Nice start on this opening drive by the offense.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They're going to go right back to him on 1st down. And he runs through one tackle and picks up a few.
Well, it's plays like that that'll help this offense stay in rhythm all game long. If you can have that kind of success on 1st down running the football, it just opens up your entire playbook moving forward.
The give to the tailback. Turning it on. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be 1st down.
Really good-looking run. You think about the legacy Alabama has at the running back position. It's ridiculous. Mark Ingram won a Heisman, obviously. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs. I'm going to go back to Sean Alexander, who I played against back in the day, too. All these guys had speed. All these guys had vision and quickness. And this guy right here, he has all of those traits himself. Just another big-time talent in the Crimson Tide backfield.
For some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll give it to the back. Hard running there. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. A lot of times we don't focus on it enough. How important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going. It squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
Stadium alive, a cauldron of orange noise on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. And that's where they'll mark him, but a chunk play, and they pick up a first down. You know, Jesse, they threw that to him in double coverage, and I like that sometimes because you can't let the defense just dictate what you're going to do.
No, they're going to make sure he gets his, Reese, no doubt about it. They're going to force it over to him, hoping that he can make a play, and knowing that he can. But as a defense, you got to be careful doubling him because that means somebody else is wide open.
That back had absolutely nowhere to run the football. Actually, is he counting? I think he's counting to make sure there's only 11 guys on defense.
Second down, they'll go to the air. He's got it. He found his man and zipped it in there, and they've got a first down in the red zone at the 11.
The thing I like about the slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route run. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry together.
Wants to throw on first down. Quarterback moving. Bought a little time, lets it go. Fired just a little too long as the junior frustrated. He missed that connection.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder, but the snapping the football, everybody being on time, man, this crowd really affecting the football.
Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. From the gun, the running back has it. Oh, he got loose. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
I don't know how many people expected this to happen, playing on the road in this environment against a better opponent, but they showed tremendous poise. On the opening drive, nice execution. They scored a touchdown. That was big time.
And he did get that extra point through the slippery surface, no problem. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead. From inside the 10, here he comes. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Showing plenty of pre-snap movement of their own. Give to the running back. Tackle is made at the 28 after a pickup of 3.
And I kind of like how the running back didn't mess around. Like, just get downhill when you see an opening. A lot of times they close so fast, man. Be decisive, stick your foot in the ground, pick up 3 to 4, and we are not going to complain.
After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Back to pass. Going to try to get it himself. Nifty little scamper on this one. Enough for the first down, and he slides in safely.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You get the ball out. But when things break down, they get off schedule. You've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Oh, he was in the backfield immediately. A 3-yard loss.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive,
Makes the grab at the 30. Oh, look out! And he slipped through the crowd, and he'll house it. Touchdown, Tennessee! Extra point here will tie the game.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. the gun. The running back has it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
From the gun, the ground game. Oh, he's got some space. And they swarm him under.
These are the ones in the stands where you get booed if it doesn't work. Why would you run the ball in second and long? You stink, OC. Or you get the big applause and you're like, yes, nice job. Keeping the manageable third down situation. Good call. So, tough spot to be in second and long. Nice answer, nice run by the running back.
And boy, is he close to that first down. Maybe just a couple of inches short.
And what's the closest guy to the football, man? It's those defensive tackles, and those guards and centers have to work together. They got to get those guys and get some movement. They don't on this play, and the big fella eats. Nowhere to go. When you run into him, you usually meet the ground.
We played one, and we are right back where we started, all tied up after the first period as we take a look at the stats. They fought to a standstill in the first. Let's see if someone can get the edge in the second quarter. In their own territory, no problem. 4th and inches, and they'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Makes a grab past the marker. Looks like Alabama will pick up the first down.
Oh, and I love that play call on 4th down. You know, the entire defense was zoning in on that running back, thinking he was maybe going to get a handoff, but they're able to sneak and leak him out of the backfield. Behind the defense, he makes the catch and keeps the drive alive.
And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down, second down coming.
Well, they were trying to sneak him out of the backfield that time into the passing game, but that did not fool anybody on defense. What a hit, forcing that incompletion.
Oh, they dial up on second and a long way to go. Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. It's complete to the right. Ran through the tackle, and he's got room to run. Out across the 30 to the 39 after getting 10 on that one.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. Quarterback gives it to him early so he can go to work upfield and get the first down.
This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. They'll go to the ground. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
I love when you start bringing linebackers up near the line of scrimmage and you start sending them because those guys have serious speed. They can come catch anybody up and down the line of scrimmage. The linebacker, you could tell, he had a good clue what was going on. He knew it was a run play, fired, pulled the trigger, came downhill, and attacked the running back.
They believe they can run right here. Gets it past the marker. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the sticks with the first down. If you're going to play Bama tough, you're going to find out really early if you can handle the running game.
They're going to check your chin. I mean, they're going to come in and they're going to give you a steady diet of it. Even when they've had great quarterback play and spread the ball out, it's still...
Breaks into the open. He goes out of bounds across the 25, marking at the 24 in this defense. Its head is spinning.
And this offense is just so dynamic because they've got playmakers at all the skill positions, right? We just saw a big play in the running game. Now we see one in the passing game. There's not one dude that you can key on here if you're on defense to try and slow them down.
Running back searching for a hole. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Well, they want to come out and try to get the run game established, but up front defensively,
some breathing room if you're going to establish yourself on the ground, and there was. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown time!
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. They find themselves trailing by a touchdown and a chance on this drive to even the score. A collision, and he stopped at the 27 after picking up 1. The ball's in the hurry-up.
And that wasn't a big game, but look at the offense. Right back on the ball, ready to call a play, ready to go fast.
Makes the grab. And a big hit at the end, but it didn't stop him from getting the first down.
Love that throw there. And I remember as a Gator playing against Tennessee, you knew as a quarterback you were going to have to bring your A game to the park because of who was on the other sideline. I played against Peyton Manning, and I played against T. Martin, who won a national championship there. They have a legacy at that position. And this guy for Tennessee, he has a chance to be the...
There he goes. Good line on the play, and he slides to avoid the hit.
This guy just gives you nightmares. I mean, he's just got so much electricity. He just pulls it down and chews up yards like it's nothing. That's a quarterback. A quarterback doing that to your defense.
Looking downfield on first down. Quickly complete.
And quarterback dropping back, understanding I'm getting zone coverage. All I got to do is be a little bit patient, manipulate that defense a little bit. My wide receiver runs that drag, and I get the first down.
Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down.
Well, the defense is on their heels right now. They're going to have to find a way to stop this guy. When he's got a head of steam, boy, he is hard to bring down.
And the Volunteers pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Working well behind the sticks on second down. Got some room in at the goal line. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Volunteers. Setting up for the extra point and the tie.
And I like this offense not panicking, executing on this drive, and driving down the field and tying this football game up. I love the no panic, just stay chill, and now we got ourselves a football game.
Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. He'll start this drive going to the air. Finds a tight end down the gut. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36.
Man, you see tight end matchups all over the field all the time. Now, it used to just be in the red zone. Now, you just find the big fella, you put him in the slot, try to give him the ball as much as possible because you know he can make big plays.
Here's the handoff. And some room to work. Got the first down and still on his feet. And he found plenty of running room on that one before the defense was finally able to get him down. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Wants to go up top on first down. Good timing on the quick out. He'll go out of bounds at the 35-yard line. Big pickup there, and this offense is feeling it.
Well, you're seeing the balance this offense has and how they can create explosive plays in a variety of ways. You just saw one come in the run game, and now you see one coming in the passing game. I'll tell you, they've got this defense on their heels.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. The give from the gun. Got enough for the first. Turning it on. Touchdown, Alabama. Once he got some room, it was over.
And that touchdown run is just going to galvanize this entire football team. Really nice job being physical, and that sends a message. We're not just taking the lead. There's a lot of football left, and we're going to keep trying to run this ball down your throat.
And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Interesting matchup this week in the Big 12 today. In fact, they're all interesting this season. Texas is down right now, but there is still a ton of football to be played. And for a program that ranks inside the top 10 all-time in wins, don't be surprised if they come back. They're trailing by 10 to NC State. We'll circle back if anything changes in this interesting Big 12 matchup. Back to you guys.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
That play had 0 shot. They got to do a better job up front, creating some running lanes. The running back, before he could go anywhere, getting tackled, nowhere to go.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wants to throw. He's working against the clock. Fakes to grab. And they'll stop him just short of the first down, just inches away from moving the sticks. Rides to back and leaves it. They'll move those chains, getting it out to the 29-yard line and trying to get this drive rolling. They'll rush to the line. Clock stopped for the first down. They'll set the chains and wind the clock. Throws to the wideout. And he just overshot his man and threw it out of bounds, incomplete.
Nice job by the defense there, taking all throws away from the quarterback. He had nowhere to put that football in the field to play, so that ball obviously had to go out of bounds.
They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He wants to change this route. They'll throw again after the incompletion. Got his man to the left. And he'll run across the sidelines after the good gain.
That's exactly what you're trying to get accomplished. You got to make sure on all these runs, clock running down, get out of bounds, right? Get some positive yards and then stop that clock.
The Volunteers come to the line trying to find a way to convert on 3rd and very short. And he'll have to check his fillings after that flick, but he did get the first down. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. And the Vols have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw on 1st down. Under fire.
Welcome to the frustrating reality of college football. Like, the guy at the quarterback spot, he can just do that. Pull it down, get positive yards, makes the defense have to account for him every single play.
So now it's 2nd and long. Off play action. Fires to the wideout. Caught near the sideline. It's landed. Taken out of bounds after a good pickup there. They're in striking distance at the 37. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Motion from the wide receiver. Looking to throw on 1st down. Here comes the heat. Plenty of time as he fires it to the right. Throws into double coverage and it's picked off. And they make the play and make sure there's not any scoring opportunity right here before the end of the half.
And some defensive backs just have a way of finding the football, and he's starting to develop that. His 3rd interception on the season just has a good feel for playing that spot in the back end.
One more play before the teams head to the locker rooms. They go to the ground. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. We played 2 just about ready to start the second half. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So here is the Tennessee offense. They start this third quarter, one-possession game, and hoping to get an early drive going.
This offense is ready, and they're ready to take the field here and see if they can get something established. They don't have to change everything and reinvent the wheel. They've had some successes in the first half, so let's get that continued here on the opening drive.
Yeah, and I love getting that break at half to go talk with my coaches and pick my offensive coordinator's brain, so I know exactly what I need to do to attack this defense, and I get ball first.
After that last incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from their own 20. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. Nice defensive play to get a hand in there and knock it away.
It's nice having zone eyes on the quarterback. I tell you what, you got to lead, be smart, don't give up big plays, drop back in your zones, but watch, when the ball's thrown, you can see the guys break on the football immediately and go make a play.
Need 10 yards on this third down, and they're backed up inside their own 20. They'll run play action. Unloads to the wideout. Grabbed on the outside, it's Lanning. He'll step out of bounds right at the 35-yard line, and maybe they've got something cooking. Ball is at the 35. It's 1st and 10. They'll try the run. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44. The Vols want to move quickly.
I like this idea by the offense going hurry up here. You just had a very nice run. Let's get back up to the line of scrimmage and go fast.
And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Making side adjustments here. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. Line is set on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and 4th down's coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He's got it. 1st down and more. And they finally make the tackle, but this will be a pretty easy conversion for this offense. The definition of 4-down territory has changed over the last few years. It extended into their own territory there.
Anywhere, everywhere, just look at the card, right? That card's supposed to tell us what to do, but maybe I'll go for it anyways. This offense took a little bit of a gamble, but they get the 1st down. Nothing to worry about. From the gun, running back gets the give.
He's now up to 52 yards on the ground so far, and he is closing in on that 1,200-yard mark for the season.
And winning 1st downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on 1st down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in 2nd and short, not a good job by this defense.
And the Volunteers can really attack on this 2nd and short. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the 1st down. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one.
Great job by the offense, understanding where the sticks are. And look, they got the 1st down, and they're like, all right, let's crank this tempo up now. We got 1st down. Let's go fast.
To the air on 1st down. Here's the pressure. And the ball's out, and they're after it. Recovered by the defense, and he's off.
And when you're on defense, and it's wet, and it's rainy. You know exactly what time it is. That ball gets a little heavier. It gets a little slicker. You're trying to get to that thing. You know you get your hand on it. There's a good chance it's coming out. Nice job by the defense forcing it with the assist from the ref.
Trying to start the drive with a pass. Quickly to the tight end. Great pickup as they'll keep this drive moving, and they've got it at the 45.
I give the tight end a lot of credit for holding on to the football. I know he's a big guy, but he just got whacked.
Now a first down from the 45-yard line. Power football with the run. Picks up the first down, still moving. Breaks a tackle, and he's got room. Hits the accelerator to the right. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! They've extended this lead, guys, but sometimes in a rivalry game, you get down and you fight back that much harder.
Man, you've seen crazy comebacks and crazy swings of momentum in rivalry games. You just need that first thing to break your way, Palmer.
And I think it really comes down to their key playmakers, David. They can come back, but these guys need to take ownership. Now's the time. In this type of game, they have got to step up and start making plays.
Looking for those open spaces and opportunity. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. The Volunteer offense is back, and they hope it's touchdown time in Tennessee. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game, so, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
And that is not where you want to miss. You do not want to miss high over the middle. A lot of that times that turns into an interception. He doesn't get that, but he's got to lower that football and give his receiver a chance to make a play on it.
Third down play from the gun. Caught. They were banking on the yards after the catch, but that went into the negative column.
Yeah, and I'm banking on the ball coming out quick. When I'm a defense and understanding third and short, understand they're going to throw the ball really quickly, try to make a play. The defense knew it, broke on the football, made a nice tackle to force a fourth down.
They're throwing for it on fourth down. And they can't connect, and the gamble does not work out.
Nice job by the defense there. You talk about when you have your foot on the neck of your opponent, you just keep the pressure down, right? You don't take it off. And with that opportunity on fourth down in their opponent's territory, you get the stop. You now get an opportunity here in the second half to build on your two-possession lead.
To the ground with the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Man, it's really hard to control the running game if you don't control the line of scrimmage. And how about the defensive line doing a great job attacking those guys up front, not open up lanes to run through. Nice job just nullifying that run altogether.
Leaves it with the running back. Pulled down after a nice run, and they're in the red zone at the 19.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the third quarter and you want to keep it, you got to believe the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical, and they're trying to stay on the field.
He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on fourth. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Back open in the middle.
Well, there's the advantage of having versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver at tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the drive alive.
Takes the easy throw in the flat. And into the end zone. Crisp execution in the passing game, and they've got it down to the 3.
The defense has got to be able to make a play at some point here in the second half. You're down 2 possessions. You need to steal a possession badly. You need to have a takeaway. The coverage is going to have to be way tighter than on that last throw. Otherwise, this offense is just going to go up and down the field.
Trying to run it in. Touchdown, Crimson Tide. And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. The mantra is always finish, and they're trying to do that here in the regular season with this Week 12 performance. The Tide is high and rolling as they try to send Rocky Top to rock bottom, and they've built a big lead.
And Alabama's simply been the more physical team in this game, and you're starting to see that exert itself here in the second half. They're pulling away, David. Tennessee's going to have to do something here, keep this thing close.
And the hard part for Tennessee is you've got to stay positive. You've got to believe you can win. This series hasn't always been in their favor, and they kind of know Bama's had their number of late, but they got to stay positive. They got to make something happen on this next drive.
First play of this drive will start from the 31-yard line. They'll start this drive going to the air. Knew where he wanted to go with it, but couldn't find his target. It's incomplete.
At this point, trailing by a lot, the defense is expecting you to throw it. If you're going to throw over the middle of the field, the window's going to open and close quickly. You've got to have better timing to complete that throw. They just didn't have it there.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. Oh, he's going to try to hit him deep. Makes the grab deep. Huge play there into plus territory, and they'll mark him out of bounds at the 46. Another big play on the outside, and that's the thing that historically has gotten Rocky Top rolling.
Yeah, so much fun to watch playmakers outside that they can run by you and go make big plays. Opens up the whole field, the whole offense, and this Orange fan base goes absolutely bananas.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Pass rush coming after the quarterback, and they get him at the 32. We've reached a break, and Alabama has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. It'll be 2nd down as we open the final stanza. Quarterback making checks. 2nd down, they'll go to the air. Here's a heat. A shot toward the end zone. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
The defense is in great position right now because they've got a huge lead here in the 4th quarter. They know the offense has to take shots to try to get themselves back in the game. So they're calling their coverages accordingly, and there was nowhere to go with that.
And the defense gets home. Yippee-ki-yay at the 35. Down in the 4th quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. He rifles one deep down the right side. Gets out of bounds after the big play, and they'll be set up in business with a 1st and goal.
Hey, man, that was just perfect execution offensively. On a 4th down like that, if you're going to throw a completion, get the 1st and keep the drive alive. QB's got to be great with his eyes. He's got to throw it on time. His target has to be in the perfect place at the perfect time, and you got to be able to haul it in. They checked all the boxes on that 4th down.
Intercepted for the 11th time. He managed a few yards on that return, fact that they forced the turnover.
And as a defensive lineman late in the game, man, when you know it's past, you're pinning your ears back, trying to get to the quarterback, and DBs are trying to do this. Pad them stats, get the INT. Nice job by this D.
The give to the back. Can't get him to the ground. And he fights his way forward, gets away from one, but not much doing on that one.
Well, you know if you're this offense, you're dialing up this running back, man. He has been a scoring machine all season long. He just finds his way into the end zone, and this is a golden opportunity to put 6 up on the board with that guy in your backfield.
Rides to the back. Runs into a wall. They'll give him 1 out to the 8.
Well, with the defense trailing, they're trying to dictate to the offense now. Really nice blitz call that time, blowing the run play up for a huge loss. You're probably going to see that again. They're trying to find a way to create a takeaway, create negative plays, and get the ball back.
Running to the left. Runs through a tackle. And runs through another one. They finally get him stopped, but this veteran junior running back comes up with a nice play.
I think one of the biggest reasons why the scoreboard looks the way it does is this offense has been dominant on 3rd down. They have found a way to stay on the field. They do it again here late, running the ball on 3rd.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. I don't think that's the way they drew it up. Incomplete.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They built a huge lead. Now, incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. They'll leave it with him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. He'll pull it down. Tackle is made at the 30-yard line, and it'll be 4th down.
There was just nowhere to go with the football for the quarterback throwing it. So he tried to create, he tried to extend the play with his legs, just not able to get away from the defense, and now we have 4th down.
Gets his first one of the day away. He might be a little stiff. They only used him twice in that loss a week ago. That's a perfect example of not settling for a fair catch. Pick up whatever yardage you can and help out the offense. Tennessee ready to go to work the Big Orange offense on the field. This was certainly not their best effort. I believe this team is much better than it performed today, but they're going to pay the consequences. Quarterback can pull the trigger, and down he goes at the 41.
And they get him again. This is a offense that you expect them to protect their guy. I mean, he is a dude that you know if you give him time, he's going to make plays, but this defense is making sure he's not getting that time.
All kinds of time before he fires right. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge gain if he could have held on. They've got a good chunk of ground to cover on 3rd and long from the 41. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. Gonna take a shot at this DB. Makes a grab for a big play. Rolls inside the 30 and out of bounds at the 29, and now they're threatening.
This defense better not blink. I know they've got a lead here in the 4th quarter, but just look at who they're going against. This quarterback is one of the best in the nation. They cannot rest on their laurels. Someone's going to have to...
Unleashes one deep. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there.
Well, this guy must feel like he's run into a buzzsaw in this game. He has been under duress all game long, and that's a big reason why he's thrown multiple interceptions in the game, too. Nothing coming easy to him. It's hard to see the field when your internal clock is going.
And the quarterback runs out of time, and down he goes at the 38.
And I tell you what, this defense, they've heard all about how great this quarterback is. They came in today with a mission, with a purpose. They've been flying around, harassing him, and making life so hard on this offense.
Off the play fake. He uncorks a bullet to the right. And he makes the catch inside the 20.
Well, this guy's having a day. It doesn't matter where he's lined up or what routes he's running. He just seems to always be getting open, and his quarterback is taking notice. He's looking his way. Nice job there, throwing in time, getting it.
He'll take a shot. And it's almost intercepted in the end zone. It's caught, but he's out of bounds. Just an incomplete pass and a bullet dodged by this offense. Backed up now. Here's second and long. Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Fires to the end zone. And he throws his third pick of the day. His head has to be spinning. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there.
And if you're the quarterback, you might want to stop throwing that guy's way. I mean, you knew coming into this game, David, he's one of the best corners in the entire country. He's already been picked off twice now. He is literally living in this quarterback's head rent-free.
And so nice to have a guy like this that can cut off half the field. Because now you...
Oh, he's got some space. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a first down.
And obviously, if you're going to be in the discussion for the Heisman Trophy, you got to be putting out big stat games week in, week out. He's been doing it all season long and obviously had over 100 rushing yards his last time out. He's doing it again here today in a game where a lot of Heisman Trophy voters, they're watching this one.
Quarterback quick pass to the receiver. He's there to make the stop, and they threw it in reverse, losing yardage on that play.
Got to give the defense credit. Watching film, anticipating. They knew that this offense had this play in their back pocket. They knew about the speed of this wide receiver in different ways they were going to try to get him involved. Everybody on defense on the same page, playing together. I love it.
The Crimson Tide just hoping at least to get some of the yardage back here on second down. Looking to fire. Quickly out to the tight end. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense.
And this defense continuing to struggle with the passing game. Listen, these offenses are so sophisticated nowadays. They're hard to stop, man. And it's a new one every single week. And I say this game, this defense underperformed. They're better than what they've shown. They've gotten torched today. And this is a tape that they're going to want to burn and never watch again.
This guy's looking real sharp this week. Listen, QBs hate throwing picks. He only threw one last week, but that really ate him up all week long in practice. He wanted to come out here, put his best foot forward. He's done just that.
Quick strike complete. Out of bounds, right at the 20-yard line, edge of the red zone, and they have their eyes on a score.
You know what's interesting? At this point of the game, with the lead in the fourth quarter, the defense is expecting them to run the ball, and because they're putting so many guys close to the line of scrimmage, they're taking advantage, throwing it. 2 straight completions now back-to-back.
It's complete. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in.
You got to love how they just continue to do what they do. It's the fourth quarter. You got a lead. There's no reason to get conservative. We're a passing offense. Great job on first down, better job on second down. This offense continuing to stay in a rhythm.